of the sequence of events that happened at the end of the ceasefire, which happened at the end of Operation Sindoor. But at that point of time, something different was happening in the world. At this point of time, the American game now is clearly available to all of us to watch. The reason they were in a rush to have a ceasefire between India and Pakistan was because they were planning their own attack into Iran. And the two reasons that have been cited by General Singh, number one, of course, that Iran-Pakistan land border, which 4-5 days ago was closed. And the second is now being published all over the Iranian press. It's on your screens, this meeting. So Operation Sindoor concludes immediately after this man becomes a Field Marshal, and he ends up going to Iran under the pretext of boosting military cooperation with Iran. I repeat, he meets the Chief of the General Staff, Major General Bagheri, there in the photograph, and he also meets with the Iranian Air Force Chief. And he was there operating as a US agent. And this was why the Americans were backing and are backing Munir to the hilt. There's no other reason. And if indeed he planted that GPS device, it would be a major coup for US intelligence to be able to track the Chief of General Staff of Iran on a real-time basis, leading to his elimination. So Asim Munir has favorited himself very effectively by backstabbing the Iranians, by showing up, pretending to be a friend, boosting military cooperation, by throwing the dollops that no, the Islamic bomb which Pakistan claims it has is there for the defense of not only Pakistan but also a shield for other Islamic countries. He's dropped those dollops when actually he was there facilitating an assassination. Let me get Pathikrit in before I get an Ambassador Seth. Pathikrit, it is more than conceivable, and the sequence of events, including that lunch at the White House, seems to confirm that what the Iranians have concluded, this mystery watch which was the gift that Asim Munir carried, was actually a major Trojan horse.
Well, Rishabh, I just wonder if Pakistan still wants to advocate for a Nobel Peace Prize for Trump that they were trumpeting for the last few days after what happened today. Look, that will always be in the realm of possibility that some role was played invariably. Possibility is there because they are known to use different methods in terms of tracking and tracing, and then eventually doing whatever was done in terms of neutralizing those key assets and key men. But at the same time, I think one of the biggest utility invariably for Pakistan in this operation has been for strategic reconnaissance, which invariably I'm sure was done by the Pakistanis for the last few days. There were certain J-17 which were flying around near the Iran-Pakistan border for electronic, large array of electronic reconnaissance, and I'm sure the certain Americans planes were also being used because they were in their parliament. Some accusations were made that some of the airstrips have been given over. That's the allegation against Asim Munir. So there are reasons, I'm sure, for which America is trying to warm up to the Pakistanis, because as Mr. Singh also mentioned, there is always a plan B in case plan A fails. And I think in spite of whatever Trump might say that we have done this, now let's go for peace, I don't think peace is going to come so soon. If they eventually want, if the end game is a regime change, then invariably they would want to create troubles in certain places. One of the places where trouble they would want to create is the Sistan-Balochistan region. And who else can be the best proxy to actually trigger that than Pakistan itself? So there are reasons for which Asim Munir became a field marshal.
But do you think he did it? Whatever. Do you think that this was the Trojan mission? Do you think he did it? He planted the GPS device on Bagheri?
It is always a possibility. And let us also understand one thing. Pakistan is more close to Saudi Arab than Iran. and among all the countries who are extremely uncomfortable about Iran having a nuclear bomb, apart from Israel, is Saudi Arab itself.
Yes.
So they would not mind going against Iran so long as the Saudis are in their favor, not the other way around.
Okay.
So it's a complex game going on over there.
Okay, so for people watching the broadcast, Saudi Arabia, Sunni majority country, Iran is the only Shia majority Islamic country.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.